Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of Burning Issues. So this week, something that's been on my mind and something that's proven itself out time and time again is the phrase "nothing ventured, nothing gained." And what do I mean by that? Well, if you don't put yourself out there, if you don't take that meeting, if you don't go out there and make something of yourself, nothing's going to happen. Don't get me wrong, you don't want to fill your diary full of meetings that kind of take you off course of where you're wanting to go. But at the same time, it's often those chance encounters that end up leading to things that you can't even comprehend at this point, which ties in with the quote that I always lead with on the Burning Desire show, which is Steve Jobs, where you can't connect dots going forwards, only backwards. Well, you can connect more things if you put yourself out there more, you attend that networking meeting. You might not want to go, you might not think that the person who has reached out to you on LinkedIn or wherever is particularly in your field. It might be something a bit out there, might be something different, but there's always something to learn from meeting people, even if that is actually the way they do run their diary. Might be something to learn. It might be the way that they hold themselves, the way that they come across. As I say, you don't want to fill your diary full of meetings that have no purpose, but I think there is value in sometimes venturing off the path. I've seen Jeff Bezos talking about this, that it's a mountain, the bottom where you start and the top, but you've got nowhere else to get there. And often, as I say, those meetings that you take, those introductions that you make for others and then get reconciled or retrospectively given to you, reciprocated rather. Often, sometimes we sit there and we go, oh, that means I'm not going to be able to get done what I wanted to achieve that day or that week. But more often than not, taking that chance meeting, attending that charity event, whatever it might be, you just never know who you're going to meet. And it gives you a sense of perspective. It gives you more of a tapestry of life, rather than just head down and just bum up and just tunneling into one vision, into one goal. There is a time and a place for that, don't get me wrong, but I certainly believe that we as people are social animals. Even those amongst us that prefer more alone time than others, you have to always remember that in prison, the one thing or the worst thing that punishment wise that can be given is wow, my mind's going blank here. When you're isolated, right? So solitary confinement, there we go. So if that's the worst punishment that can be given, it tells you something about the human being, that we are social creatures, we're social animals. And I say, even those amongst us that less prefer the networking, I hate that term personally, but going out there and meeting people, let's go with that. Maybe there's a way that you can do it within your own world, where you might be playing sport and by chance, you're meeting people during that kind of thing. But I think the big overarching message here is put yourself out there, meet people in all different walks of life. Don't just go after, in your industry, the CEO, the C-suite, the top people. Yes, of course, they're going to be interesting. Their story's going to be interesting, but you can learn as much from the person that's just joined the company in some respects as the person who's the CEO. And often, in fact, the people low down the organization may well have more to tell you, more relevant, closer to the customer. That's a whole different conversation another day. My point is, everybody, I believe, on this planet has things that they can teach and things that can be learned from one another. So put yourself out there, try different things. It's fine if you fail. We talked about that before. It's fine if nothing comes of it. It's no problem. That doesn't mean the next time nothing's going to come of it. The more often you're meeting people, the more often that you are expanding your horizons and perspectives, the better that can be. Thanks, guys. Have a good rest of your week, or good week going forward, depending on when you're watching this, and appreciate your time. Cheers.